and sharing that insight. Now we move on to our next news. India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar is expected to travel to China next week to attend a high-level meeting of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, according to official statements released in Beijing. The meeting of the Council of Foreign Ministers of the SCO will take place in the Chinese city of Tianjin on July 15th. The Chinese Foreign Ministry confirmed that besides participating in the ministerial talks, Jaishankar will also undertake a bilateral visit to China. The gathering will be hosted by Chinese Foreign Minister and senior Communist Party leader Wang Yi, with representatives from all 10 member states expected to attend, including Russia, Iran, India, and Pakistan. The ministers are set to discuss a range of issues spanning regional security, economic cooperation, and broader geopolitical developments in the SCO region. Now we're joined by retired Major General Sudhakar G. He's a senior geopolitical and strategic defense expert. Thank you, Sudhakar Ji, for joining us today. Welcome to NewsX World. Now, how significant is the timing of this and the countries that are to join this talks that are going to be hosted by China?
Yeah, Asoma, good evening. Thank you. Good morning. Thank you for taking me for your show. As regards the significance of this timing, I would say in the backdrop of ongoing Russia-Ukraine war and the conflict which is raging like hell in Middle East, no sign of any ceasefire. Also recently temporarily paused Operation Sindoor between India and Pakistan. I'm of the view that this SCO meeting is a very significant meeting which is taking place in China, and the visit of Jaishankar was preceded by the visit of the Defense Minister of India as also the National Security Advisor. Also, we need to see it that Mr. Jaishankar, after his last visit to China between 11th to 15th of August 2019, this visit is taking place almost after about 5 years. In between, we have had Galwan incident, very sad and unfortunate incident. Despite all protocols being in place, peace and tranquility is existing for over 30 to 40 years between two countries. An incident like Galwan had taken everything to a backseat, and also the extended standoff after the friction points have been resolved to some extent continues. The extended standoff continues between the two countries. Hence, the time is ripe for Mr. Jaishankar, the External Affairs Minister, who's supposed to be the senior representative, also playing a role. NSA is the senior representative. Mr. Jaishankar has got a role cut out with regard to the following, as per my assessment. One, to normalize the relationship, because the extended standoff, despite the talks and assurances on 21st October 2024, has not eased out or normalized. Number two, the de-escalation of troops along the northern border has to take place. Number three, I personally feel that the weaponization of the critical rare earth element, REE, which is already been undertaken by China against India. Some of the important critical minerals which earlier were being supplied to India have been cut off, which are impacting the automobile industry as also the electric vehicle, the manufacturing of the electric batteries. Now, the third and most important point he has got to actually address is how best and how fast India and China can actually sit down and address the complex issue, resolve the boundary issue, and go in for the final act of demarcation of the boundary. Back to you, Asma.
And now, building on that answer, with representatives from other countries like in China as well as Pakistan attending, how effective is the SCO as a platform for genuine cooperation amid given the ongoing India-China border and trade frictions?
Excellent question raised by you. As per my understanding, my take on the whole issue is that um, the SCO as a regional platform is absolutely ineffective. It does not have any outreach, or it does not have its relevance in the environment today unless the trust is restored between the stakeholders. There is a huge trust deficit between the multiple participants or the members, including Pakistan and China. So the central issue as far as Pakistan is concerned, India has got a lot to sort out with regard to trans-border terrorism. Unless trans-border terrorism, which is being unleashed by Pakistan, is taken as one of the primary agendas in the SCO, then I don't think the platform would be tenable to be taken seriously. For example, our Honorable Defense Minister, Mr. Rajnath Singh, he refused to sign the joint declaration of SCO, latest SCO meeting, because the Pahalgaon incident of 22nd April 2025 was not found mentioned in the declaration, whereas the rebels in the Balochistan, the freedom fighters, they had been found mentioned as the terrorists. So such like issues. And third and most important point is that as far as China is concerned, there is a huge gap, trust deficit between India and China, because what is being said is not being done. Walking the talk is very important. We have come a long way between the Galwan incident until date. I think there would be a lot of positive impetus between two countries if the current spirit of normalization is taken forward by addressing the key issues as far as the priorities are allocated. First priority as far as India is concerned are something which is immediate in nature, and that goes to the weaponization of critical rare earth element as fast as possible. Second issue I would like to recommend is actually going to be the extended standoff, which is medium to long term. And third and most important issue is the long-term issue between India and China to resolve the border and demarcate the boundary as soon as possible. Back to you, Ashok.
And lastly, General, how might the outcomes of this SCO meeting shape the regional response to shifting global alliances, especially China, India, Pakistan, and maybe US and China?
Again, a very excellent question. We need to understand as to why the SCO as a platform came into existence. Earlier, it used to be at the time of its origin, it used to be called as Shanghai 5, and from Shanghai 5 to birth was the SCO, and sometime in 90s. And thereafter, the number of members have increased. Pakistan came in 2017, followed by India, and Iran has just recently joined. So likewise, so any platform, any grouping as far as the region in Asia is concerned, definitely has got a role and responsibility towards the stabilization of the global churning, geopolitical churning which the world is witnessing. Well, why am I saying is that there are multiple issues which one needs to address today. Post-pandemic issues with regard to the supply chain disruption, the price rise of fuel, fertilizer, and food, and I would say to a large extent militarization of the entire world. How the GDP, the rate of growth, the percentage which is being allocated towards the defense forces, whether it is Japan or China or any country for that matter, there is an upward trend. And similarly followed by the Russia-Ukraine war and the conflict in the Middle East, they have actually are pointing, orientating towards some degree of effort required by one and all, not only the principal stakeholders who are deeply involved in the conflict, but by one and all to mobilize the opinion in the world, bring some trust into the system. And tariff war is another example where it is going to spiral the trust deficit. This is no way of resolving any kind of problems a country is facing. Diplomacy and dialogue is the ultimate answer. So therefore, SCO would do well to answer your question directly if they sit down meaningfully, substantively, with the utmost sincerity, and look back as to why they took off, why did they start off. The issues like terrorism have to be addressed as a central point. The issues like the border conflicts or the disputes along the border have to be addressed between two countries. Tariff is not going to give any solution to any economic imbalances that we witness in the world. It is talk and discuss and find a solution. That is the ultimate answer to any kind of dispute, and which I feel and very optimistic of. A little change in a platform like SCO will actually go a long way to contribute dividends at the global order and bring down the global churning that we are witnessing today.
Yes, we hope so. Thank you very much.